the ability to rebuild your confidence and self-esteem, want to become your core values. What is important to you? What do you desire the most? Starting over again, I believe one should create a checklist of things they value. Where financially unstable, you're seeing that you are unaccomplished at a certain age, and how do you get that self-esteem back? How do you motivate yourself? How do you build that confidence? Welcome to Alberta. I just want to have one of my regulars. So this is basically one of the coffee shop you could find here in the Tawilga area. It has this sort of Starbucks feel, very calm. You could use your laptops here. I find the customer service is wonderful. It's called Remedy and it's beautiful. I love sitting here. I could show you guys just a little glimpse of it. We want to protect the privacy of everyone, but it's a beautiful community. You should definitely So I'm actually sitting at one of my favorite coffee shop to visit. Usually I like, the fact that I have transitioned to this new city. I'm sharing this new series of this new city, also self-improvement, self-awareness, anything that has to do with growth and everything that has to do with the home. So those of you who know, I quit my job and I moved to a new city to establish this business in the beautiful province of Alberta. I'm actually in the city of Edmonton. This is a beautiful coffee shop that I love to visit just to sit down and gather some thoughts. And I thought today would be a great day to share something with you, especially if you are at that point in life where you're trying to start over again. I don't know if you were someone who maybe quit your job or don't know what exactly is happening to you right now, but starting over again is something a lot of people fear. And I'm going to share my journey with you, hoping you could see the route that I am on in me establishing myself in a new city and also launching a business and sharing a lot of inspirational, motivational tips with you on this platform. I do apologize for the noise in the background. I'm actually close to the road because it is a really good place for you to sit down sometimes and meet people, especially when you're in a new city. It's good to come out, socialize, network to build back that self-confidence, that self-esteem. A lot of you lose that when you're trying to start over again. Let's get into today's discussion and I will explain to you what I have been doing to improve me, to help me be a bit more confident, a bit more comfortable. What have I done to establish myself? One thing I took a look at in trying to make me the individual that I want to be is self-reflection, reflecting on a lot of things that transpired in my life. I don't call them mistakes, people call them, things that have transpired in life mistakes. I don't look at anything in life as a mistake. I look at it as a learning opportunity to help you better yourself and help you navigate how the future self is going to be. You learn from everything you have done, whether they're challenges, barriers, rejection, whatever circumstances you're having in life. If you're someone who are in a place where you're financially unstable, you're seeing that you are unaccomplished at a certain age. We do see a lot of people go through those midlife crises because they feel unaccomplished. And how do you get that self-esteem back? How do you motivate yourself? How do you build that confidence to be the individual that you always dreamed of? When you're looking at starting over again, one thing I always recommend to people is finding yourself someone that could mentor you or coach you if you do not have the ability to educate yourself, okay? If you don't have those, you are not equipped with the tools and the skills to rebuild your confidence and self-esteem. The best thing and the best route to go is finding yourself a coach, a mentor, or someone that could influence you with positive skill set that could help you get from the demotivated self into the motivated individual that you want to become. What exactly are your core values? What is important to you? What do you desire the most? In starting over again, I believe one should definitely create a checklist of things they value, whether it is family, whether it is hiking, going to the gym, and set those things into goals. Once you place them into goals, you're going to create action plans to help you accomplish those set goals and maintain the core value of who you are. Starting over again could be something very difficult, especially when you don't have the support from friends, family, loved ones. I do see it impacting your emotional health, your mental health, and also your physical health. For instance, I moved to this new city thinking to myself I would just come out, establish myself as a business owner, and then be a successful brand. However, a lot of things got impacted, and that has to do with the relationships with individuals I have in my life. And because it impacted something I never prepared myself for, I had to reflect and see what is my value. What do I value the most? Do I value establishing a business? Do I value my family? What exactly is important to me? I had to jot down a few goals, things that I wanted to accomplish, and now realizing what my true passion is, what is important to me, and set that thing at the top of my list. You need to ensure that you're capable of understanding what values are in comparison to goals. These two are divided. In my opinion, they're very divided, because with values, these are things I believe that provide you with that sense of joy, that sense of belonging. However, with goals, these are things you desire as an individual and you want to accomplish for yourself or for your future. For instance, a value could be just being in a community where you're accepted by your skin color, by your demographic, by your background, by your level of education. However, when you're looking at goals are individual steps that you want to accomplish, things you want to gain recognition for yourself, to say, okay, I have reached a certain milestone in my life. I went to college, I got the job that I wanted, I built the business that I wanted. If you are an entrepreneur, you look at things that, yes, I did develop a certain client list, people are aware of my brand, I have different social media platforms, I am marketing myself. So you have to take those things into consideration. Starting over again could be a challenge for everybody. Now, if we're looking at starting over again in whether it is business or you're an individual who have had a past, you were maybe incarcerated and now you're going into employment. How do you start over again? By doing odd jobs and building that resume so that you could be marketable if you visit like a non-for-profit agency that provides support with employment. So you have to find out what is important to you as an individual when you're starting over again, and you need to list those goals that will help you accomplish it, and you need to take action. Action is so important when you're starting over again, because if you are sitting, you're not putting in the work and the effort. How do you expect to accomplish those set goals or those values that you so want to achieve? Another thing you need to take into consideration is that when you have set goals and you've taken action, ensure that you are willing to change sometimes to be the individual you are. Let's take a look at relationship per se. A lot of people believe that sometimes when someone is pushing them to do something, to better themselves, that they're being forced to do something. I don't believe in forcing someone to do something that they're not ready for. There is this famous thing that goes around saying you could take a donkey to the pond or the pool, but you cannot force it to drink water. If I see that I am gaining success and I am accomplishing things, anyone around me, I will send things to them and say, hey, try this. Hey, can you try that? I think this would look good on your resume. But not everybody love things like that. Some of us who have the ability to push ourselves, who have that drive to accomplish things, will think, oh yes, she did send me something to build myself. But someone who has not built the confidence to see their values, to see how capable they are of becoming a successful individual, like how you mirror them to be, might take it as something like you're forcing them to do something that they're not ready for. I have come across a lot of people in my life who I would say something like, I did that course and it was really beneficial for me. I think you should try that out. I always get this sort of ripple effect. I started thinking maybe I should just, keep everything to myself. But then when you keep things to yourself, another set of individuals will create that narrative that when people are actually out there being successful, they're not sharing the knowledge with others because they fear competition. However, I just sent a lot of information out. I tagged a lot of people to it. A lot of people were offended by being tagged to something to educate themselves. So I'm telling you, you're not able to please a lot of people, especially when you're starting over again and doing something for yourself. Not everyone will approve of the change. Not everyone will feel comfortable with the change because they've never seen that version of you before. When you take that shift and try to do something positive, it becomes a problem to people because they don't want to welcome that version of you because they got a version that was not acceptable, I would say. But you cannot blame yourself and you cannot either blame them. Sometimes you just have to let go of certain relationships and start building new ones and see what is beneficial for you. Starting over again, I know when you quit, you're not a quitter, but you could always start over again. I have done a lot of self-care videos in the past, and I thought it was something when it pertains to starting over again, you have to take care of yourself no matter what the circumstances is. Now, I do have another video coming up that speaks about the rejection in life, rejection in employment, rejection in a lot of things, because it touched a place in my heart and I thought it would be a good topic to bring with those series of videos that I am bringing out with the self-improvement and everything that has to do with you, the individual, your home. And also we're going to speak about the decluttering of the space within your home, because oftentimes I feel anytime you have a cluttered home, it could transfer those negative energies and feelings of this low self-esteem and demotivation because you're feeling you're in a space that is very claustrophobic. When you take care of yourself and your surrounding, I feel it reflects something on you, right? There is a reflection of, yes, I am capable. And I don't want you to think that this is the only thing that is going to help you build confidence. Building confidence is something that could take some time. However, if you put a plan in place to accomplish certain set goals, then you will see that you're coming closer to accomplishing certain things that you want in your life. And once you have reached different milestones, you in yourself, you will be very happy with who you're becoming and who you are. Oftentimes when people complain about certain attitudes or certain things you're doing, sometimes it is pretty good to take a look at yourself in the mirror and see whether or not the people, they're evaluating your attitude, you as the individual, the right way. And starting over again, you have to reflect. A reflection is a very important part of starting over again, because it will teach you what not to bring in the new self. And the new self should be the authentic self. And I've spoken about authenticity when it pertains to the self, right? Starting over again, a lot of us, we pretended to be someone we're not to others.